So this is basically a business analytical tool that we are having, which is helping us to visualize, discover the insights, and also, after all these things, this is also helping us to make the informed decision. But why is this so important? See, the people like us, who are working with the data, we are aware of, what a histogram is telling or what a scatter plot is telling. But you know what? The people like the client end, they are not aware of these kind of complexities. They need the insights to be represented in a very simple manner. That is why the use of Power BI. Why? Because it is turning the complex data into easy to understand the reports and your dashboard kind of thing. Now, when we are talking about the importance of Power BI, no, obviously, Power BI and Tableau both are going neck to neck, right? So it is not like that, Power BI is much in demand or Tableau. No, both are going neck to neck. But why? The reason is because, when we are talking about particularly Power BI or Tableau itself, so these tools are empowering the businesses to transform the raw data. When I say raw data, means the data that is coming from the Excel file or the CSV files, or the data coming from relational database management system, or the data that is coming from Google Analytics, or the data that is coming from maybe the cloud, maybe Azure big data kind of thing, and it is providing us the actionable insights, which somehow is helping us to take the informed decision making at all the levels. Another thing is it is providing a wide range of visually appealing charts. Yes, whether it is pie chart, line chart, or maybe a tree graph we are having, so n number of graphs are there. Obviously, the maps. If we are working on, let us say, the geopolitical data that we are having, so the maps is also required. So these kind of graphs are helping us to communicate the complex data in a very clear and understandable manner. Okay. Now, when we are talking about the top 10 key business benefits of using this, so obviously one is it is helping us to uncover the actionable insights, superior accessibility, embeddable attributes, rich features, drag and drop functionality, powerful connectivity. It is providing n number of resources to connect with the various data resources. So if I talk about, myself, like I had the luxury to work on one of the project that was related to European space agencies, and the very big challenge that we were facing over there was that data was coming from the various avenues: SQL, Excel, CSV, from the cloud itself, the live data coming from the satellites. Power BI is very much efficient to handle all these avenues of the data, helping us to come up or to generate the meaningful reports. Continuous updates, yes. So continuous update in the sense you must have observed, because what happens is, when we are watching a live match, so some statistics are being displayed on the screen over by over. Now, you know what? Now, there is no person sitting who is, preparing a dashboard again and again, over by over. You know what? He had already prepared a dashboard, and that dashboard has been integrated with your live data. So what happens is, as and when your data is getting refreshed, the dashboard is also getting refreshed. So the continuous update comes into the picture. Data refresh, yes, the same thing about that. No upfront cost, yes. And as I said, it is helping us to uncover the actionable insights. So because we are trying to make this session, two-way communication. So in middle, if you get any doubts, feel free to ask. And please do not scribble on the screen, Vikas. Okay, so I see there is some scribbling from your end, because let me just remove this. Okay, so there are various products that Power BI is having. One is your Power BI desktop. So this is basically an app which we are having, which is helping us to connect to the data sources in order to clean, transform, model the data, create interactive visualizations. Then we're having Power BI services. Now, this is a cloud-based service for sharing and collaborating our reports and dashboard. So this is allowing the users to distribute the reports, set up the alerts, integrate with the other Microsoft products, right? So as I said, this whole Power BI suite is having, various products, desktop being one of them, and Power BI services being another. We are also having Power BI mobile, right? So this is more about making the reports more accessible. So the mobile apps for iOS and Android devices are also there, which is providing on-the-go access to your Power BI reports and your dashboards. Now, when we are talking about the Power BI architecture, uh, okay. So Vikas, is it by mistake you are scribbling on the screen, or what it is like? Vikas, are you there? Yeah, again, I can see some scribbling on the screen. I guess you are on mute, Vikas. Just a moment. Okay. Any which ways. Now, when we are talking about Power BI architecture, so architecture is like,
Sorry. Actually, I don't know what happened.
no,
Uh,
no, well, that is
I was
fine.
not able to unmute myself, and something happened on screen by mistake. Sorry
No,
about that.
no,
Please continue.
I understand. Yeah. So yes, when we are talking about the architecture, so Power BI architecture, when we are talking about the apps that we are having, so these are helping us to connect the user to the data, visualize the data set, create the reports, and publish the reports that we are generating efficiently. Now, the Azure base. Now, when we are talking about Azure, so basically Azure is being used to handle the big data kind of things. So the Azure-based architecture service website is supporting the desktop visualization and your data visualization stuff over there. And this is the Power BI interface that we are having. When we are talking about Power BI, we know this is quite a powerful data analysis and report creation tool, which is obviously allowing us to connect to the various data sources, transforming, modeling the data. All these things are coming into the picture, right? Now, other things that we are having is, the other services. So Power BI is basically a cloud-based platform that is enabling us to share and collaborate our reports and dashboards. So this is allowing the users to access, interact with the data visualization from anywhere and any device. Yes, when I say interactive, what it basically means, if you must have used the apps like Myntra, Amazon, right? So what happens is that, there we can interact with the data, we can funnel down, we can do the filtering. So the data is there, but we are able to interact with those data kind of things. And when we are talking about data, sources, so Excel is one source that we are having. SQL, database management system, yes, this is the another source. Web-based sources, yes, the data that is coming through the websites, which is being connected to Google Analytics or the web-based APIs which are there. So that is another source of data. APIs again, the Power BI can connect to nearly 140 plus sources. So API being one of them can help us to import the data from the various sources, including the social media, the weather data, the stock market data, through the APIs we can connect to that. Well, now a very powerful part of the Power BI arises, and that is your Power Query. See, the data that we are working upon, because it will be having some anomalies into it. Power BI is one part of the Power BI which is helping us to work with those anomalies. How? By doing the data transformation and preparation engine with your graphical interface for the data sources, various data sources. So Power Query Editor that we are having, this is a very powerful part, or you can say, this is what is making Power BI stand out, because indeed this is very powerful, helping us to work on the various anomalies into the data. So Power Query also comes into the picture. Data refresh is there, yes. So Power BI is having this feature of data refresh, which is ensuring that our reports and the dashboards always display the latest and the most accurate information. I gave you one example of the live cricket match. And this data refresh is basically a process of automatically updating the underlying data sources and refreshing the visualizations. Yes, you cannot create the visualization after every minute or after half an hour, or after 1 hour. But the data is getting generated rapidly. Data refresh comes into the picture over there. Data modeling, yes, again. Data modeling is basically where we are trying to build up some relationship between the various variables or the various. Now, for an example, let us say, if there is an Excel sheet, it will be having, various, these pages into it. Sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. But we need the data from all the sheets. Data modeling comes into the picture. So we are having a star schema is there, snowflake, schema is there. Basically, majorly what we use in Power BI is your star schema. So if you talk about the structure, though, this is basically a single layer dimension table directly connected to the fact table, the actual table. Benefit, very simple, works very fast, performance is very high. Like when we are working on the sales data, or the customer data, or the product data, time dimensions, right? So that is where it comes into the picture.
Ashutosh, I think
Yeah.
Snowflake is a data warehouse, right?
Yes, it is.
Correct. Correct.
It is.
So I was trying to understand like why Snowflake example is coming here.
No, this is only just for the comparison. That is it.
Okay.
Nothing.
Okay.
This is just for the comparison. Because somehow in Snowflake, we have to also do a data modeling kind of thing, if you're aware of this, right? So this is just for the comparison. In Power BI, we are basically emphasizing on the star schema. So if you look at the structure on the screen under the star schema, this is displaying, this is how the name generates because it is, being displayed as a star. So even if you forget about the snowflake, the basic thing is we are focusing much on the star schema when it comes to the Power BI. Okay, Vikas?
Okay.
Yeah. So other concepts that we are having into your data modeling is, dimension tables also comes into the picture. We are having lookup table, we are having data table, all these things are there. Hierarchies are there, yes. So hierarchies in Power BI, these are providing a structured way to organize the data, enable drill down options also comes into the picture, right? Now, for an instance, if you must have used a particular app or a website where you can further funnel down the information. So the hierarchies can also be created over there. So this is somehow contributing to enhance the data visualization and your analysis capability, right? So you can see on the right side of the screen, right? So that is, we are having a main thing that is your bike. Then again, when you further funnel it down, we are having mountain bike, road bike. Further, if you funnel it down, so various models. So that is your hierarchies and levels that comes into the picture. Job outlook, I guess you must be aware, like you are a working professional, this is the lead of an art, so I'm not going to talk about much over here. Other thing, like once you complete this course, you can work as a Power BI developer, Power BI analyst, Power BI consultant, data analyst, scientist, not scientist, but data analyst, business intelligence analyst, all these things. So that is all from my end, Vikas, and feel free to ask your questions now. Any doubts, any queries?
Nothing actually, one or two things. So it's a desktop application. So basically a tool, an executable that I have to actually set up this on my system, right? Would to get this to start with, working on
Because
software,
what
right?
is the operating system you are using? Is it Windows?
Windows,
Windows.
Windows.
Okay. So it is always suggested that when you are using, you should use the desktop version because in Macintosh now,
Mm-hmm.
we are having this particular constraint that, we are not having this application version or the desktop version available on the Macintosh. So the people like me who have to work with Power BI on Macintosh, so we are using Power BI services, that is online services. But for you, we'll be using the desktop service.
So is it also available over web? I mean, like on the cloud, where I can subscribe to Azure services and get this going on a
Just
subscription basis.
just let me share my screen and show you.
Mhm.
Mm, So, see, the people like us, we have to use the online version. But if
Okay.
you're talking about specifically about the Azure and these things, no? Because
Mm, mm,
even if you're using the desktop version on Windows, so there
mm.
also you have the luxury to connect with the Azure. So do not
Oh,
worry
okay.
about
Okay, got it, got it.
that.
And how about basically the cost of this tool, the licensing cost?
Licensing cost, again, see, I'm not the right person to discuss about
Okay. Oh,
because
that's fine. I think I can go over and find out.
your company, I guess they are going to any which ways provide you this tool.
So, in order to get more insight into how to use this tool, what are the resources I have? Microsoft website and all those I'm seeing, right? They give, but I think I still need some more push
Hmm.
from somebody, some helping hand which can guide me. I have tried to take some lessons over the web for
Hmm.
Power BI. This helps, what you explained.
Okay,
So,
because just a moment, you must be having your corporate email ID, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you can easily and freely access all the services of Power BI by doing a login through your
Okay. Acha,
corporate,
oh, very nice.
right? You can do that.
You can do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And resources through which I can learn some better ones, right?
Now you are asking me a very tough question. You know I'm respecting Henry Harvard and you are asking me for the other resources. That's very
Yeah.
nice of you. There are various resources, because but this is not the right platform to discuss about.
Okay. Okay. No worries. No worries.
Yeah, yeah.
I think these are the only few questions I have. So I thought, let me ask you.
Okay, I guess my friend is over here. Demo coordinator. Mm, I guess this guy is always busy. But yes, because if you have no more doubts, then I think we can wind up this session.
Sure, sure. Thank you so much, Ashutosh. I appreciate your time
Yeah,
and sharing your thoughts, insights
thank
into
yeah,
Power BI.
thank
Thank
you.
you.
All the best, Vikas.